You know that I have been the recipient of many unsolicited dick pics over the years, and especially recently. I have made some videos about it. Guys, sometimes they just feel compelled to send and share their sexual glory with unsuspecting women, hoping to elicit a reaction. And this story time is about Sue, who took the opportunity and found revenge for all women on guys who sent unsolicited dick pics. You don't want to miss it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Dr. Tanji, the Sex Doctor Board Certified Clinical Sexologist, and your most trusted, honest, and fun sexpert on this platform. Join our worldwide community of sex positive folks who are here to talk and learn openly, unapologetically, and with an open mind about sexual health and human sexuality. Subscribe and hit that notifications button so you can be part of this worldwide movement. Thanks. So this is what Sue shared with me in an email, and I'm going to read it to you. If you're a female who has been the recipient of a dick pic like I have, or if you're a guy thinking about it, or if you're a guy who is disgusted by guys who do this, please stay tuned. So this is what Sue had to say. I just had to write you a story of mine about something which happened at my workplace related to one of these pictures, referring to dick pics. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story with you. It's an awkward one about how I and other women at work responded to someone who sent me an unsolicited dick pic, and I thought it would be fun to share it with you. It also shows what can go wrong if these pictures are sent out, especially when they are unsolicited. So on with my story. A guy I used to work with used to always brag about having a huge penis. He always looked for an opportunity to talk about how big he was and how many women were after him because of it. He once said he had a 10-incher. I'm sure you've come across someone like this at some stage. This all changed, however, when he sent me a dick pic. His pic was a close-up of his penis with a ruler next to it, so I could see exactly how long it was when fully erect. I don't know what he was thinking, but it wasn't to boast about. It looked like it was only about 5.5 inches long. He then sent me a message around 15 minutes later, begging me not to show it to anyone else and saying that he was so sorry, but I had already sent it to every single one of my female friends by that point. It was no accident that he sent it to me, as I found out that he'd also sent it to someone else with the same apology, to her around 15 minutes later too. I think that some of them needed a really good laugh, and they sure as hell got one. From then on, we kept on making jokes at work about measuring various items in the office with a ruler and saying things like, "Damn, that thing is smaller than I expected. It doesn't even measure 6 inches," followed by lots of laughter. It was so funny watching him go as red as a beetroot, even though we weren't talking about his junk. They really do need to understand that if they send unsolicited dick pics, then it's open season for us to send to all of our girlfriends to point and laugh to, as well as criticize and judge. Telling them that it's small seems to work really well in getting them to stop. The dick pic guy left 2 weeks later, probably through embarrassment. Our boss didn't understand what was going on until after he left. Afterwards, we told her, and she had a really good laugh and said that it served him right. How could he carry on working normally after going through that? Do they expect us to react to their unsolicited dick pic with a message of, "Ooh, that's such a nice penis. Is that all for me? Wow, I feel so lucky now. It's so big and such a turn on," before we magically jump through their screens desperate for sex and then jump on top of them? Surely they must know by now that this approach doesn't work, and we are much more likely to show their pics to friends and have a good laugh at them. She also pointed out that she doesn't feel guilty about it. Well, Sue, thank you so much for sharing this story. I am going to stress to guys, please do not send unsolicited dick pics. We don't want them. We get nothing out of them. Again, you may think that your penis is worth celebrating. It's like a Cinco de Mayo, but we may not share the same sentiment. If you really want to do your penis any justice, just leave it alone. Share it with somebody who consents to receiving it, whether it is in digital form or for real. What do you think about this revenge from an unsolicited dick pic? Would you do it? Leave it in the comments below. I am Dr. Tanji, the Sex Doctor, and I'll see you next time.